Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, you will get the answers of all the activities given in the brainstorming section of the poem Small Towns and Rivers written by Mamang Dai. I also have already made a video about the explanation of this poem. The link of it is given in description. Now before we start the video, I want to thank all my subscribers as I have reached a small milestone of 200 plus subscribers. So thank you so much, and once again I appeal to the viewers to subscribe my channel, those who haven't subscribed it yet. So let's start today's video. The first activity in brainstorming section is discuss the importance of nature in the lives of the people from the northeastern part of India as expressed in the poem with reference to the following elements. The first element is flowers. Flowers are very important. Now here this reference is in from second stanza. Wreaths of tuberoses are offered on the body of dead to mark love and compassion. Flowers form part of their rituals. Next element is river. Now people of northeast believe that the river has a soul as it gives life. They treat rivers like divine beings. They worship them as they are the lifelines. Next element is bamboo. Bamboo has its own significance in the lives of the people of Northeast. Houses are mainly made up of using bamboos. It also used to make various handcrafts, and that's why it is very important in the people of the Northeast. Now here bamboo offers a dwelling place to the people in Northeast, and the description of bamboo as a cool green shows serenity of the place. Next element is the direction east. The east direction is the home of the sun. It is important in the lives of people of Arunachal Pradesh. They ensure that the dead body is placed pointing towards west, so that when soul rises it travels towards the east, which is the house of the sun. Next activity is, the poet has described a small town in Arunachal Pradesh. Pick out the lines that describe the poet's town. The first line is, my hometown lies calmly amidst the trees. Second line is, a shrine of happy pictures marks the days of childhood. And third line is, small towns grow with anxiety for the future. Next activity is very simple activity. Make a list of natural elements mentioned in the poem, and those elements are trees, wind, gorges, flowers, rivers, earth, mountain tops, rain, sun, and bamboo. Next activity is the river has a soul. Elaborate the concept in your words as the poet has explained it in the poem. Now this questions answer, this activity is to be written in paragraph form, but it is not possible to write here in paragraph form, so I just have noted points that you have to cover in your answer, and those points are, the first point is, river is considered lively and divine. It has soul, which means rivers are immortal like soul. The water in the rivers come from the top of mountains and it changes its form. It is in the form of mist, droplets, clouds, and so on. So it is considered immortal. Rivers are lifelines. As everything in northeastern part of our country, most of the things, even transport also depends on river water. Hence, it is source of it is source for transportation also, and it transforms lifeless into life. It is also a place where different cultures and civilizations are flourishing. The next activity. The poet is convinced with the thought of immortality of water. Pick out the relevant lines. Now, those lines which convince us that river or the water is immortal are, the river has a soul. Second line is, from the first drop of rain to dry earth. Third line is, mist on the mountain tops. And fourth line is, the immortality of water. Now next activity is, the poet has used some unconventional expressions. Illustrate them in your words. Now first unconventional expression is torrent of grief. Now here this reference come in third stanza. Now what actually mean in third stanza is the river cuts its flow during the summer, and that is what she calls it as I think it holds its breath. It may signify the difficulty for living creatures to survive when the river has cut its current, and hence she calls it torrent of grief or painful situation for those creatures. Now second expression is shrine of happy pictures. Now I feel this refers to happy moments she had experienced in her town. Memories of her town and the solace her picturesque town had given to her are sacred. Hence she calls her town as a shrine of happy pictures. Third expression is the land of fish and stars. Now the river has soul, it gives life to fishes. Moreover, during night time when the reflection of stars is seen in the river water, it seems river has transformed into a land of stars and fishes. And all these things make the poet's town look beautiful. Next activity is the poet is anxious about the existence of natural beauty of her town in the future, but she touches the strings of the hearts while appealing to conserve the nature. Explain the way she has expressed it in the first and the last line of the poem. Now in the very first line, poet says, small towns always remind her of death. Now she says so as she has been watching the destruction of the nature caused by the development in the northeastern parts of her country, that is India. Now she feels the abode of tribal people. Adi people have often revolted against this development in northeastern parts, especially in Arunachal Pradesh. Now they feel, or poet feels, the abode of tribal people is getting hampered due to detrimental development. And the death in the first line also means the loss of blood of the tribal people who had demonstrated their anger while opposing developments in this region. This at times had resulted in insurgency. So death here, it means the sacrifice of the tribal people, those who were opposing development in that region. In the second line, she describes how her town is calmly situated amongst the woods. And in the last line of the poem, poet says, in the small towns by the river, we all want to walk with gods. Now through these lines, she has gently reminded human beings that ultimately we all want to be in peace, we want to be in the company of nature. And when we are in the company of nature, that peace we can easily get. Hence, we should always be in close proximity with nature, because nature calms us, it relaxes us, and we can flourish and live peaceful life when we are in the company of nature. So we can say that through these two lines, poet is appealing us to worry about nature and conserve it for our peaceful survival. Now next activity is, the poet has connected the need to preserve nature with the belief of particular community and her childhood memories. Write down the measures you would take to convince the people regarding the need to conserve the nature. Here I have noted some points. Students can add their own points too. Now what those things that we can do? First is, nature is the only source of our survival. We have to make people aware that we can survive if nature survives. When we damage nature or any ecosystem, ultimately we create harm to our survival. So nature should be conserved. Nature helps us to flourish and live our life peacefully. So it should be protected. Moreover, every element of nature has its own importance in this universe. So all elements should be treated as living beings. Next is, apart from this, we should aware people about the dependence of human beings on nature for our survival. Apart from this, you can add some of your own points too. Next activity is A3. Write down the expressions related to the seasons from the poem. It is very simple activity. There are two expressions related to the seasons. First is in summer or winter, and second is in the summer. Next is match column A with column B. In column A, we have been given some adjectives. We have to Match them with the correct noun used in the poem. Here directly in column A I have written adjectives, and in column B I have given answer. The first is cool bamboo, happy pictures, dreadful silence, and dry earth. It's very simple activity. Let's jump to the next now. Read the expression a sad wreath of tuberoses. Is the wreath sad? Explain the figure of speech. The figure of speech used here in this line is transferred epithet. Epithet, it means adjective, and transfer, it means it is transferred from one noun to another noun. Here the people who are mourning over the death of person are sad, and the emotion of sadness has been transferred from one noun to other, that is from sad people to sad wreaths or flowers. Next is list and explain the metaphorical expressions from the poem. For example, torrent of grief. Now this is what we have explained earlier. Now here it is another expressions we have to explain. So the river has soul. The river is spoken as a living being. And second is a shrine of happy pictures. The town is regarded as sacred place like any pilgrim place. So it is a shrine of happy pictures. Next activity is the river has soul, life and death. These are the two expressions that are repeated in the poem, but both of them indicate different figures of speech. Find out and discuss. Now the very first expression, the river has soul, in the first expression it is used as personification, and in second it is used as metaphor showing immortality of water. And in second expression it is life and death. In first expression it is used as antithesis, as life and death are opposite ideas. And in second instance it is used as irony to show that these two things are ephemeral, but what is permanent? Rituals are permanent. It is also given in that second stanza that rituals are permanent. So let's begin with the next activity now. This actually students have to do it. They have to compose a stanza or a poem consisting 4 to 6 lines on gift of the seasons. Here I have composed one stanza consisting 6 lines in it, and it is about my town, or what gift my town receives during monsoon season. So those lines are like this: the joyous showers of monsoon, blessing the mother earth with boon. Vibrant flowers are adorning the alleys. White cascades are gushing through the valleys. My town looks so pretty during this season. Hence, I never crave for heaven. I hope you have liked this stanza. Students have to practice how to compose poetry, or how to compose at least stanza consisting 4 or 6 lines. They can even go for free verse also, because this poem is also a perfect example of free verse, and hence you have to practice it. Apart from this, there are some other activities also, but most of those activities are given for further reading and for extensive reading. So those activities are excluded from this video. I hope you have liked it. If you liked it, hit the like button, share it with your friends, give your suggestions in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.